Hi, my name is Candace and this is Planted in the Word. And today I'm going to start a new series, and this is all about tools. So in my introduction video to this channel, one of the things I discussed was that there was a great need in our society today for basic biblical knowledge. And we've covered a lot of that in the Foundation series. So today I want to sort of transition over to the Tools series. And in this particular section, I would like to teach you different tips and tricks. I'd like to give you some more information specifically on how to study your Bible. Now you know where it came from, how we got it, but we need to really understand that if we want to improve our relationship with the Lord, the best way to do that is to read the words that He wrote and learn to recognize the voice of our Father. So for the next few weeks, I'm really going to try and introduce slowly to you some of the tools that you can use to help you dig really a lot deeper into your Bible for yourself. A lot of the tricks and tools that your pastor will use in preparing his Sunday morning sermon or Saturday night, whatever the case may be. So one of the first things I want to cover is digital software, because previously to the current century, let's say, it used to be that if you were going to study your Bible, and if you were a theologian or you were a pastor, or even if you wanted to dig deeper for yourself because you were just curious, really you had to have a huge library full of books, concordances and commentaries and dictionaries and lexicons, atlases, and all kinds of things that were very expensive and quite an investment. People would have whole rooms, or they would go places and borrow books that were really had a lot of value, but were not very accessible. And now, because of our current technology and the explosion in that arena, everybody has access to things that very few people did before. And a lot of them are free. So the first thing I'm just going to talk about is basic biblical software. And they really fall into two camps. There's the paid camp, and then there's the free camp. The free camp is something I'm going to talk about in a minute because we're going to stay in that area. But I do want to talk about the paid camp. I'm familiar with a few. I'm familiar with Accordance and Logos. And there, if you really do want to invest and have access to even maybe more obscure or not, or out of print documents, this is a great way to go. Logos and Accordance are both paid software programs that you can add on to and increase your library digitally. And what it does is, if you're doing, let's say, a word study, and you would like to see this book in the Strongs, that's free. But if you would like to see what the Theological Word Book of the Old Testament says about it, that's a paid book. But what you can do is, in these software programs, you can purchase a book and it will incorporate it right into the software that you've already purchased. So let's say you come across a word, all you have to do is touch it on your screen or put your cursor over it. It'll pull up that word and it will incorporate all those books that you have there. So it's really easy access. It's a phenomenal tool. But a lot of people don't necessarily want to invest that kind of money. And those are the people I'm really making this video for. This is a great way to start. I'm going to focus on two. There are lots of free software out there, and I'm just not versed in all of them. So I'm going to talk about the two that I tend to rely on the most. And they both do exactly the same thing, but they do it in a little bit different way. You access the information a little bit differently, but whatever you can do in one, you can do in the other. However, there are not additional purchases that you can make in the app or on the web page to incorporate additional books. What you sort of get is what you get. But what you get is really good. And there's a lot of information there that is just leaps and miles beyond what we currently have available to us, or for most people. And if they just knew it was out there, I think they'd be really excited to use it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is going to be Blue Letter Bible. Now, give me grace, because this is the first time I've used the technology of inserting a video in a video. So let's hope this goes well. So let's talk about Blue Letter Bible, and I'm going to show you how to navigate that.
So you can go to Blue Letter Bible in app form or either through the web browser. And this is the web browser through my computer. You can also get it through the apps if you have an Apple device. And my favorite is to do this on a tablet. I feel like it's a hybrid between the simplicity of a phone and there's a lot available to you on the web browser. The tablet I feel is the easiest, but this is one of the best ways to show you everything that's available to you. This is blueletterbible.org. You can see that's where I've gone, and this is their home screen or your landing page. And the very first things that are available to you that you notice is the search box, where you can put in verses or specific words or a topic that you want to search the whole Bible. And underneath, if you do a verse, you can choose which translation you will see it in. New Living, NASB, even the Vulgate or the Septuagint are available to you. So if we do something as easy as Genesis 1:1, and we go ahead and look at that, let's do in the NASB and search that, you're going to see this is what that page looks like. Now across the top of the screen, you could come back up to the top, change your word search, or change your translation. But the place where I live the most is right here. And this is actually at the Tools button. At the Tools button gives me a drop-down menu that gives me all the options for any specific verse. In this case, the specific options are, I can go to the interlinear, I can compare it with other Bibles, and let me show you what each one of these looks like. Here's the interlinear. It's broken down by the Hebrew words and the individual English words. There's a lot of information there. I can see this same verse in all the translations. It's put up there all together for me, and I can see how each different translation has translated those. I can see any cross-references that are available. Here's the note for all the different commentaries that I could choose to read that have anything to do with Genesis 1:1, including certain pastors' sermon notes or commentaries that are available pretty easily you could find those. And then here we have some dictionaries. So for example, if you want to study a specific word or topic, these are available to you also. So I end up in the interlinear quite a bit. This is one of my favorite pages. This is Blue Letter Bible.
The second software program I would like to talk to you about is BibleHub. Also easily accessible, but sets things up in a little bit different way. So this video will show you how you can navigate that particular app.
Now this is the second free app we're going to focus on. This also has an app available to you, but I'm looking at it through the web browser. And this is BibleHub. It was blueletterbible.org. This is BibleHub.com. And BibleHub has all of the same things Blue Letter Bible does, but you access them a little bit differently. Some people might really like the way this is set up. If you notice across the screen, immediately you can do the drop-down menu and choose the reference that you would like to go to immediately and verse, or you can choose the search box. If you look underneath that, you will find all the translations that are available to you right along the top screen. If you drop down underneath that, you're going to see what on Blue Letter Bible would have been in your toolbox there on your home screen. Do you want to see them in parallel passages? So for example, if here I enter Genesis 1:1 and we go there, I can see it. Here's Genesis 1:1. It immediately is going to offer me right up front all the translations so I can compare and contrast their word choices. I can also see sermon notes that are available. And here the interlinear is separate. And again, you can see it broken down by Hebrew words all the way across. Of course, Hebrew goes right to left. And then we also have available to us the Strong's Concordance for Genesis 1:1, broken down by individual words in beginning God. Summaries, the Septuagint, So it's laid out differently, but it has all the same information. You just access it a little bit differently, but it's all there. One of the nice things that happens with 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 BibleHub is at some places, for example, if I go to Joshua, sometimes one of the things that it will offer me are maps out to the side, especially if I am looking at a certain location that is mentioned. Let's see if I can find one of those very quickly. It will add extra information out to the side, as well as little bits of pieces of information to the right that are, instead of having to maneuver between screens, they'll allow some of that information up and easily accessible to you so that it's really easy to navigate a large amount of information just on the one page. So again, this is BibleHub.com, and this is also free.
So you can see from both of those videos, both of them do the same thing. You just access the information a little bit differently. In the next video, I'm going to try and break some of those individual components down and show you, for example, why is an interlinear advantageous to you? Or why is it advantageous to be able to access a Strong's right from a computer screen? Those are the things I'm going to try to show you how to navigate. So please come back. Hope to see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.